People have a good evening, man. I've got to go.
All right, bro.
Don't go nowhere. Cole Palmer and Saka. How dare you, bro?
Hey, that's another one for another day. That's another one for another day.
I'm upset.
Like I said, Cole Palmer is better than Saka. Goodbye.
Based on what?
I mean, this season, there's an argument is there. Like, does anyone else on the panel think Cole Palmer is better than Saka?
Yeah.
I think he's got more natural ability.
Hey, unpack that. How is he better in your opinion?
I do. I think Cole Palmer's had far more impact on games than Saka has, considering Saka's world class, so everyone's been telling me. I think Palmer's had far more of an impact this season. I'm not talking about any other season except this season. And everyone coming at me when I'm sitting here minding my own business, I'm not crying if Poch wins trophies at Chelsea because Daniel Levy never prioritised the cups. Everybody knows that. It's only now, since he's done the fan-led review, that he's come out and said he made mistakes, he's going to change things. But if I'm going to cry over Pochettino, it's never going to happen. And Eagle, you're the biggest waffler I've ever known, and you never answer a question. You just deflect everywhere except answer the question.
I answered the question with my first sentence, and then I explained why.
You didn't know. You went round the houses. It took you about 10 minutes to answer a question that would have took about 30 seconds.
What are you talking about, Kate? I say yes or no, and then I answer why. What are we doing here? Ask me a question. I'll answer it.
Why is Cole Palmer outperforming Saka?
Yes. Explain why you think.
Yes, Saka is better than Palmer. And
no, that's not my question. Why is Cole Palmer outperforming Saka this season?
Why is Cole Palmer outperforming Saka this season?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he's a youngster. He's literally the only outlet Chelsea have to score goals this season. They play through him. They are utilizing him as their get out of jail free card, and everything is going through him. Where Arsenal,
wait. Can I just say it again?
One second. Let me land before you guys start cutting me up. The point won't even. 1 second.
Again,
the point
I'm
won't
let
even
you land. But does that not sound familiar?
You didn't even let me speak. Let me finish, and then I will explain to you how it ties into Saka, and then you'll understand. So don't go crazy and start saying, "Oh, now he's being biased." Let me explain. The difference is with Bukayo Saka, there's a multiple year sample size, and now teams are double teaming him, sometimes even triple teaming him to get the ball off of him. Where Chelsea, they're just playing them straight up, and they're not putting too much pressure on Cole Palmer. They're not trying to cancel him out, and that's the main reason why he has more freedom in the space in the team, and they're playing through him more. Where Arsenal, we have to find other solutions. We also have other players who can take the game by the scruff of the neck. We're not only depending on Saka. Where Chelsea, they're playing through him. And Cole Palmer, right now, statistically, he might be having a better season in the Premier League. But overall, Saka's still outperforming him statistically.
It's just what a load of waffle, bro. I've had enough. Listen,
since I hate. You asked me to answer a question, and then you say waffle. What part of it is American waffle?
Oh, well, you just said right now is waffle. If I ask you to check right now, and I don't even have anything open in front of me, if I ask you to go check the heat map or the usage percentages of where Arsenal play the ball every game, I promise you it's predominantly going to be on the right where Saka is 100%. Down that 90 minutes, the ball goes down that right more than it goes anywhere else. And I don't even have that in front of me, but I use my eyes every game. I can watch that everything mainly goes to him and Odegaard, and both of them play those little triangles on that side.
Okay, so you're going to tell me defenders defend them the same? That was my point.
Not gonna let him land.
But here's the thing. All these world-class players, all these world-class players, especially when they play on the wing, they get doubled. I've seen that I've seen Rashford get doubled this season. This is why he's been shit. But I call it out. All these players, where everything goes down their side, they get doubled. Now, I don't watch every 90 minutes for Arsenal and Chelsea to see how many times the Saka got double teamed versus Cole Palmer gets double teamed. But I can tell you this about Cole Palmer. First of all, people in the comments who said he has 6 penalties. If Saka knew how to win penalties, you probably would have had a Premier League that last season. So that's point number one. Number two, Cole Palmer. Yes, because you missed that penalty. What was it against Southampton and West Ham? No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the penalties that he missed. Didn't he miss the last 2 penalties last season?
Yeah, so and if you want to talk about glasses on, we would have won the league also.
Just let me finish, bro. I'm not going to talk about all the reasons why you bottled the league. They mentioned penalties as if it's nothing. If Saka scored penalties, I could go as far as saying England probably would have had a Euros. But anyways, I don't want to go that far. Now, Cole Palmer went from a Man City. He went from a Man City academy to this first team where he didn't get enough minutes, and then he got sold for a crazy fee where everyone said 45 million for a kid who barely has any minutes in the Premier League is insane. I could swear that Cole Palmer didn't even have a Premier League goal. He had a Super Cup goal and the one in the what's it called, the Community Shield. Now this guy goes in over there, even though he's scoring a lot of penalties. I do get that, but you can tell that this kid, every time he touches the ball, he probably has more talent than anyone on the pitch. He's ready to take on the responsibility, which no one else in this team, in this Chelsea team, clearly wants it until he stepped up, and it's paying off because he's getting goals. If he's not getting goals, he's making something happen. People can use the eye test and they could see that he is a bowler. He is someone that's going to be in this England team in the future, and potentially they can build something around him along with others. Now, the reason why we're asking you a question, why is he outperforming? Because we don't have the same expectations for him as we do for Saka. Saka came into this season with a lot more expectations. Saka is expected to win the league. Cole Palmer, a lot of people said it's a stupid signing anyways because it costs so much money. So when at the end of the day, I'm seeing statistically they're close to each other, and I'm seeing the performances individually. I'm not comparing the team performance, but individually, Cole Palmer is having a lot more better individual games than Saka has in a while. We need to be sitting here and asking these questions. And I don't think anything about what we said or what I said is disingenuous at all. People can sit here and cry and say, oh, I'm hating on Arsenal again. Well, you guys put yourself on this high pedestal all the time. And the minute we start questioning you guys for not delivering it, you guys get upset. I didn't say Saka was world class. You guys did.
Go on.
His expectation was set by Arsenal fans. Let's make this
exactly.
clear.
That's what I said.
George, to add on to Staffy's point, sorry, Gal's point as well. You're saying Saka's getting doubled up on, but this is where I'd say Saka's quite limited and one-dimensional. He needs to learn to go on the outside because all he keeps doing is cutting in on the inside. And if you are getting doubled up on, you find different ways, different avenues to beat your man. I never see Saka go on the outside. Never, ever. So he needs to start changing his game or adapting something so he can be a bit more effective, because every time he's getting the ball cutting in and defenders have worked him out. And it is respect to Saka. It is an element of respect. Teams are like, you know what, he's dangerous on the inside. We need to nullify him. But now he needs to find different ways. So
Roms, this is my point though. When it comes to natural ability, when you're getting doubled up on, players like Hazard, players like Suarez, they get
Sanchez,
Sanchez. These are guys that
Bale,
Sanchez, bro. You literally had a winger that had all the natural ability in the world playing for your clubby gal, and then you're putting Saka in some conversations that the guy shouldn't be in, right? I've always said for me, Saka is overrated. He's a good player. He's a good. No, I'm not doing that. I'm using my eyes, bro, and the stats back it up. If, for example,
or whatever.
He is Jogo Bonito, bro. He plays.
Jogo Bonito just means good football. It just means good play.
It means good football, bro. Like,
I know.
What do you mean, bro? Cole Palmer. When I watch Cole Palmer, he literally plays with freedom. He plays as if he's in.
Wallahi, Palmer is a better player.
This is bro. The way he plays in the Prem. The way he plays in the Prem.
Own expectations.
I'll let you talk here. Let me let my point.
He said something that's blasphemous.
Bro, okay, what? That he's better than Saka.
That's not blasphemous.
Saka's
just more mature. He's just more mature.
Saka's more mature, bro. Palmer's better than him. If, for example, Palmer was looking good on the eye, doing all the flair and all of that, yeah, but no end product like João Felix.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest here, though, Don. What you lot are trying to do here is semantics, because no one a season ago would have even questioned whether Saka was the best one of the best youngsters in England.
I hear that.
When you talk about technical ability, like he's very technical. Let's not.
But Jules, let me land my point, then you can come in. Let me land my point, and then you can come in. Let me land my point, and then I can come in.
I started getting questioned. I didn't.
Guys, let me jump in a second. Can we just let someone finish a point, then challenge it rather than jumping in halfway through?
You're not letting me finish what I'm saying, right? If Cole Palmer came in and on the eye he was looking pretty like a João Felix last season, yeah. Everyone here used to talk about the same thing, yeah. We all know João Felix is a talented footballer, but he's got no end product, poor end product, in fact. Cole Palmer passes the eye test, yeah, has the natural ability, right? Let's not act as if looking good on the eye isn't part of football, because we've all grown up watching players that we love watching, right? If you look at Cole Palmer, people are gonna want to go watch Chelsea to go watch him. I've got rival friends I've been to the bridge this season saying, bro, that Cole Palmer guy, this guy is a serious baller, yeah. But on top of the eye test, he's got the numbers to back it up, goals and assists. And again, for me, over 90 minutes, even when he's playing on the right-hand side, he still finds ways to be involved in the game and be that driving force. For me, Saka is very predictable. You know, he's just a typical academy player that does the right thing, but I'm not seeing flair. I'm not seeing enough of, come on, my friend, like, come on, just get involved in the game, get stuck in. But the thing is, though, what's annoying, though, George, yeah, is I've got examples of Saka doing that. Saka, if you guys remember in the World Cup when we played France, Saka was our best player, right? And Saka was literally running that man, doing what I expect him to do. But I don't see that from him enough. No one here is saying Saka's a bad player. Saka's a good player. Saka can become world class. But Palmer, I'm sorry, is just better than him. Everything that Saka can do, Palmer can do.
This is now. Let me go.
1 second. I have to respond, bro.
You can respond, but no,
Wallahi, I'm done. Let me say one thing and then you're done. Long story
I'm
short.
even defending you.
Look at touching again. Look at touching again, man. Look at touching again.
This is annoying now.
You need a defense right now. I'm playing. You're the goalkeeper. Let me play in front of you for a second. Yeah. Let me play the ball out from the back. Let me take control here. Don, the one bit where you're going a bit overboard, and this is where you're taking it a bit far. Look, you've watched Saka for years. You know what Saka can do, and you know what Saka can provide, and you know that through taking time to take in his play. You've got years and years. What Palmer was doing now is what Saka was doing 3 years ago when Arsenal were getting dragged through Europa League, dragged from 8th to 5th, and all that. That's when Saka was dragging Arsenal, just like Palmer's dragging Chelsea now. You can't now start making statements and saying after 6 months, because 6 months is even stretching it because it hasn't been that long. But most Chelsea fans and most football fans haven't seen Palmer play for more than an extended time of more than 4 or 5 months. Because this is the only pool that we can use of football that he has. Over time. No, it's not. You can watch his academy ball.
I'm going to disagree.
Guys, let people finish their points, please. Sorry.
You can watch
let me come in because I gotta go.
You can watch his few appearances for Man City, but that's not enough. You've got to see someone play over an extended period of time to sit there and say that for you to even say, you can say he's got more talent than Saka, but say he's a better player than Saka, who's consistently performed for 2.5 seasons, and now is the first time in his career that we can all admit he's had a bad 4 or 5 months. But even when it's been bad, the performances haven't been great. This is the first time in his career that he's having it. You can't now question him and start to compare him to the likes of Palmer.
Nah, Jules, I'm sorry. This is what I'm saying. This is the argument people keep coming with. Every time I talk about Palmer being better than Saka, all you guys keep coming back with is sample size. How about you just use your eyes? Right? Go back to what I said in the summer when we signed Cole Palmer. I was being called deluded. I was getting cooked. I said, this guy is going to be a top signing for us. He's going to prove all his doubters wrong. And every single time I've watched him for Man City, he never looks out of place. Why are we acting as if... I'll let you ask me a question.
I need to ask you a question on that. So I get your point about eye test. And eye test is a judgment that you can put in there.
Yeah.
But what if Cole Palmer has a bad 4 months? Does that mean everything else he's done before that gets undone?
No, I'm not erasing what Saka's done. That's what people are refusing to comprehend. I'm not saying what Saka's done is bad. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, for me personally, I have never put Saka on the level that Arsenal fans have. Over the years, I've always said he's overrated. I said he's good. But that's what I'm saying. Every time you speak about him, it's like, yo, this is a bro, I've grown up on serious wingers. Yeah, let me list a few. Lennon, Nannies, yeah, Maludas. Yeah,
wait, Lennon weren't serious.
Lennon was
good. He was good.
No. When I talk about
Lennon was better than Saka.
I didn't say that. I'm talking about wingers, bro. I'm talking about touchline wingers. He was a better touchline winger than Saka. He used to take on his man a lot more.
Is he a better player than Saka?
A lot more than Saka, right? Technically, no. In terms of technical ability, Saka has more tech than Lennon. But Lennon was a better winger.
Lennon was a better winger. Better than Mo Salah. What are we talking about,
bro? What's the main thing that I've criticized with Saka? He's a winger. He's not my type of winger. He cuts in too much. He doesn't like taking on his man enough. Yeah, I haven't grown up on guys like this.
Can I ask you a question? Do you not feel that with another 6-7 months of football, Cole Palmer going into next season, people are going to figure out how Cole Palmer's played? They've got a whole season of football to watch back, scout, and look there and go.
That's what I was saying.
And then Jules, just to add to that point, yeah,
these are the pockets he's going to be sitting in.
But
so
the difference is
get used to how he plays.
I get that. But the difference is though, Jules, yeah. Is that Palmer has that flair, that natural flair, and the natural ability to get out of tight positions if they're gonna double up on him. I've seen him do it multiple times this season. Hold on, just one last thing before I go. Hold on, nigga. Just one last point before I go.
I need you to hear this. Wait,
let me land one more point on what
I
Jules
get
said.
you're gassed. I get your gas. You like Cole Palmer. I like Abdi Palmer too. I rate him. He was chilling with my boy in Dubai. I rate it. I rate Abdi Palmer. But one thing I'll tell you is one thing I'll tell you about Cole Palmer, the sample size is one thing. Number two, to compare him to players who've been doing it for consecutive seasons in the Champions League, in the Europa League, in Euros, in the World Cup, it is different. It is different. You cannot compare him right now. I get it. You're happy. You have player who's performing out of his skin for you, a young player too. You have something to hold on to. You want to make these comparisons. You want to puff up your chest and bring it.
Oh, do you know what I can do?
Conversations.
Aaron Lennon, bro.
What you're doing, you
can't tell me that Saka's a better winger than Lennon, bro. Come on now.
But what you're doing,
come on now, bro. We're not doing that.
Saka's not a winger. Saka's not a wing. We don't have wingers in football really anymore. We have inside forwards.
That's my point. Then that's my point.
You can't compare them. Then can you? You can't.
Hold on. They play the exact same, bro.
No,
Lennon used to play on the right. Lennon used to play on the right. Saka plays on the right.
No.
Plays on the right.
Hang on a minute. So are you gonna undo Petr Cech's legacy because he comes from an era of goalkeepers that weren't trained to use their feet just because goalkeepers now can?
But this is the thing, though, Terry.
Answer my question. Answer the question. No, Don, I'm not letting you do it. Answer the question. Does Petr Cech suddenly become a bad goalkeeper because that style of goalkeeping is no longer used in football?
He doesn't. But what I'm saying is,
inside forwards have changed. You can't compare him.
But guess what, though?
To an outdated position that currently isn't being used in football.
But guess what, though? The reason why Salah gets away with it, I spoke about this yesterday on Dan Potts' show. Yeah, big up Dan Potts, yeah, and the rest of the guys that are on the show. I literally said Salah gets away with getting goals and assists and not performing well because he does it consistently. We're talking about a guy here, Saka, that scored 3 away goals last year. Away from home, he's not comfy away from his ends blood. He's not comfy away from home. Do you get what I'm saying? 3 goals all year. And just to add to one point, just to add to one point as well, yeah, Jules, what you said earlier about you need a big sample size and this, that. Bro,
can I jump in here?
Bro, 1 point before I've actually got to go. 1 point before I've got to go here now. Yeah.
Bro, you've been sitting, gotta go for like 20 minutes. Just go.
I know. But keep getting it. Bro, people keep cutting in, yeah. But hold on. 1 point. Bro,
you're landing in a pile of shit.
When we played you lot in preseason,
Aaron Lennon.
When we played you lot in preseason, you battered us 4-0, whatever it was, yeah? I literally watched that one game of Saliba. One game. The whole season before that, I saw Gabriel for however many games, 38 games. That one game in preseason, I said Saliba's your best defender, yeah? I had people saying, oh, you haven't even seen 5 games. I said, bro, I've got eyes. I've got eyes. I saw Saliba is your best defender.
I do get that, but you have to prove it though. Because I remember Chelsea fans telling me that Gal Kakuta was the best young player in England, and he did look it, but he didn't go on to deliver it. It's consistency, guys. I want to try and move on from there. Ron, we'll do your point, then we're going to move on from this. We've got a few more things to talk about.
Go on quickly. I want you to this. Well. I feel like we're being a bit disingenuous to Palmer as well, because if City fans will vouch for this, there was a season, I think it might have been the COVID year, just after the COVID year, right? He had a game of like 4 or 5 games in a row where he was proving his worth, whatnot. But then he got an ankle injury, and Pep even said he was on the upwards trajectory. That's a sample size in itself. City fans like, you know what? He needs to break into the team. He deserves some start. Then, unfortunately for him, he got set back by his injury. So I feel like this revisionism on Palmer not having a sample size from before, he would have broken to that City team eventually.
He had a sample size, just wasn't enough.
Yeah. I get you on. I get everybody on that. Look, viewers, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you are subscribing to the channel. Don, I appreciate you come back, man. Man just came back. Couldn't believe it.